What is up? Okay, here's some food for thought. If you want within your life to consistently progress, so it's one thing to progress and then it's like a roller coaster. It's another thing when it's ongoing, consistent progression. And there's a theme throughout this that I've noticed. And it's like, this is how I've got to the point where at this age, it's like having a homestead, having a wife, having a family, having a community that we've been building for 4 years, having consistent people in our community level up. Like shout out to Joel and Margot, they just had their wedding. It's like, how do I continue to stay at the top of my game to continue to provide value in the communities that I'm part of and help the people around me and basically keep assembling people around me that keep causing me to level up? And here's the answer is you got to have a constant process for how you're continuing to learn and grow and evolve yourself, especially the stuff that doesn't feel good. Because it's one thing to have the positive stuff. It's like reading books and, working on yourself and all that. It's like, the dream building type things. Like my wife and I just went and we were looking at, what is it called? Lincoln Navigators. And we looked at the 2023 version of one of these. It was ridiculous. The car is like $120,000. And, right now, at this phase in my life, I'm like, that is the next level of our growth. Like we're looking at having more kids and everything. And I want to get that for my wife. Also, though, building a business, also building community. And it's like, it's fun to have those things that you look forward to. But then the other part is doing the really hard shit that you don't want to do. Really looking at your limitations and your things that are holding you back. And I remember, for example, for me, it was like taking my income from like a roller coaster where it was, be like up, down, maybe make 10 grand in a month, 20 grand in a month, whatever. But then it was another thing when it was making like in revenue, making 6 figures a month, in profit, making, 30K a month. And then, being at that level, and then all the deeper stuff comes out. The fears, the wanting to hold back, the wanting to sleep in, the massive amounts of stress that comes with that. And then really learning how to stabilize at that level. And what that means is really confronting your demons, really confronting those parts of yourself that you don't want to look at. And I have found throughout the whole thing is having the right people around you. Now, I have an inner circle of people that I chat with. I have a specific community, the Self-Perfected community, that I consistently meet with. I have the people on my sales team. I have different trainings and different things that I go through that force me to stay on my edge and force me to keep expanding that. Because when you're in your comfort zone all day, every day, it just doesn't work. But then also, so aside from having that, those people around me, it's also having my wife. It's also us continuing to expand our property. Like taking on, for example, more animals, more projects, things like that. And it's not just like random ass projects. It's like, it's all integrated. It's all integrated to a greater whole. And so that greater whole is developing our purpose, manifesting the purpose, which is creating the ultimate system to reform the education. And I don't just mean school. I mean, how are kids learning? How are adults learning? How are we preparing for a world where AI is going to take 800 million jobs? How are we looking at sustainable solutions towards how we raise food and we improve families, family dynamics, all sorts of stuff like that. And everything I do comes back to that. But aside from me having my purpose, it's working with other people at that same purpose, and we continue to sharpen our skills. We continue to move. And without having the people around me to help me bring that out, I would nowhere near be at this level. And that's something to not overlook. So I would encourage you watching this video, write out for yourself, like, who are the people that you're around? Like you ever heard that phrase, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. You're the average of the 5 books you read the most. There's like different things like that. But really look for yourself of who are the people that you're leaning on? Who are the people that you're depending on? And stop making excuses for yourself. Because I'm sure you go through the same pattern of getting hyped and excited, and you know, oh, it's cool, and you meet new people and all that. And I know many of you have met people in Self-Perfected, and you see how great it is. But then at some point, you have a sabotage program come up. It's like your old ego, personality, identity, all that. You get excited about change, but then when it gets tough, that's when you find a way to give up. It's okay. It's called falling. You fall, and then you get back up. Don't worry about the fall. Don't overanalyze the fall. Just analyze it as much as is required so that you can see what happened. Why did you get tripped up? And then use the tools. Use the tools we talked about in the Self-Perfected group. Leverage the power of the group. Leverage the power of the community. And really push yourself outside your comfort zone and ask for support when needed. And also realize you can support yourself too. But yeah, like I lean on the group as needed. And I also stand so that others can lean on me as needed, because we are walking together. There's interdependency. No one is independent, but if you're completely dependent, you're screwed. It's an interdependency and working together, because this is how we actually achieve the greater purpose, which is we're here to make a real impact in the world. And so having those types of people around you is, you cannot do it without that. And I'll just share one other quick story. So like, as you do this, right, and as you're living out your intention, the world, this reality that we find ourselves in, picks up on that intention. Sorry, but cat. We have a crazy cat. Oh, there she goes. She's just chilling. So as you live out your intention, right, and you're pushing yourself, and deep down, honestly, you're really finding, what is that cutting edge I can do, you know, every day? What does it look like to push myself more and more and more? And you honor that, and you align with that, and you go do that, things pop up. Things have a funny way of reflecting back to you what you're actually resonating. Not what you think you're resonating, not what you think about, but it's what you're actually resonating on an unconscious automatic level. And when you get good at this and you do this over time, a compound effect happens. That's so important right there, even just what I said. But now, so I've been meeting people, I've been networking, I've been finding a lot of local stuff too. And the other week I got a message from a guy, and we just were going back and forth, and he's like, dude, I love what you're doing. He's like, you should come by this group that we run, and it's kind of like a local, they have like kind of a clubhouse of sorts, and they have like different meetups and events and things. And now I'm finding people that are really playing at a whole nother level. And in terms of locally, the people that I've been meeting, it's really cool to see that they're even at a higher level than a lot of the people or a lot of the groups I've been part of. And it's not to like judge, like you could find the real people no matter what group you're part of, no matter what community you're part of. It's just cool because I'm sharing that because as you continue to push yourself, it normalizes that you hang out with people with a higher net worth, or that do different types of activities on the weekend, or that have access to different things, like groups, communities, that can get you on a list at certain places. You can go to certain restaurants, you can go to certain golf clubs, country clubs, things like that, and you learn about new events. And so I'm just sharing this because, again, it all comes back to the people you surround yourself with, the relationships you form, and you living your intention every day. And when you face these points within you where you want to sabotage yourself and you power through, man, it's so cool. All right, well, I got to get in and eat some dinner, but really, really look at this and write it out for yourself. Like, who are the people you spend the most time with? Because game changer, real game changer. And I look forward to, if we never met in person, like come to one of our events. Like my wife and I are going to start hosting consistent events here at our property, you know, show people how to do the sustainable living thing, show people how to build business, how to have financial freedom, and how to network, how to connect with people. So there's a lot you can plug into. There are systems that are already here. You don't have to reinvent the wheel, okay? So I look forward to connecting further. And in the meantime, have a great day.